Welt's ultimate might just be the best in the game, and this run is going to showcase how every single aspect of his ult is just super nice to use as a DPS and as a sustain. So before this run starts, please subscribe if you're not already, and let's get right into the run. So immediately going to action advance everybody with Tingyun. That way Tingyun is going to get her 3 actions in this cycle. Wonderful, thanks to her technique. Beautiful. We are going to take a little bit of toughness off the right guy so we can basic and get our 2 skills with Bronya at the end of the cycle, right? We are now going to apply Ranmei's ult on Welt's turn, so he does get 1 extra turn of that light cone damage buff. Pop our ult, imprison everybody there. We're actually already imprisoned, but it doesn't matter. We are going to delay their actions even further, right? Also applying the vulnerability. That's one of the amazing aspects of his ult, right? Wonderful. Apply more attack, apply more crit damage, right? And now, because Welt has his E1, that skill is super damage heavy because of the extra multiplier that you get, right? Now, we are going to now boost Welt up once more. Don't need to worry about his ult. Just use his skill to wipe out the guy. Beautiful. Now, they did both get imprisoned because of Welt's technique. I mean, God, Welt's technique is so good, right? Now, unfortunately, because this is a no-hit run, we can't get Tingyun's ult up before. We could actually use our skill to get it up, but the thing is that I just don't have enough skill points in this, so I did just have to opt for kind of forgetting about Tingyun's last ult, because we do still get our ult with Welt once more after this, or actually 2 more times after this, right? So now we are going to boost up Welt. The action advance doesn't matter too much because we're already in front, but that's fine because now we have our ult up to use on the Bronya boosted turn. Unfortunately, since Bronya is not on an energy regen rope because I can't build enough speed, we don't get the ult on Bronya here, but that could be an improvement if you do get enough speed on an ERR rope, right? Now, Bronya somehow got eviscerated. I don't know why Welt has been targeting only one character with his bounces. It's very odd, but I'll take it. Okay, this wasn't even supposed to be a no-hit run. This was just supposed to be a 0 cycle. Welt decided to do it no-hit, so it's a no-hit now. Wonderful. So these are all our buffs. Perfect. We've got them all. We've got one more action of our, one more time to use our E1, and perfect. Wonderful. And to finish it off, the ult will take out the last remaining like 2% of health, and that's Welt. Wonderful. Okay, let's see what the builds were. Starting off with Welt's build, he is 72 over 146. A very high crit rate is nice for Welt because his talent triggers a separate attack every single time you deal an instance of damage, right? So instead of going for a super high crit damage, I think it's actually better to go for a high crit rate. One of the reasons why I think Yukong is actually a wonderful partner for Welt, because if he's at 100 crit rate, then you're just critting every single instance of damage, and there's lots of instances of damage with Welt. So unfortunately, it doesn't have too much effect hit rate, but it's fine. You just do the run a couple times, and that's pretty much all you need, right? Now we do have on a Musketeer just for a little bit of attack, crit rate body, and all attack pieces. The reason why we've got all attack pieces is because I don't have good substats on my imaginary piece. That's it. Next, actually, there is an argument, I haven't done the calculations, but it's possible attack might actually be better in this circumstance because we've got lots of damage boost from Ranmei, Ranmei's light cone, Bronya, and Bronya's light cone, also Tingyun's ult, right? So that's 5 instances of damage boost that we get aside from Welt. So the only attack that we're getting is from Bronya's ult and from Tingyun's benediction. So it's actually possible that we're not missing out on that much damage whatsoever by using an attack orb. Next, as you can see, we've got a ton of Eidolons on Welt since I've lost half of my 50/50s to Welt, but just so you know, this run is essentially an E2 Welt because his E3 just makes it so his skill is 2 levels higher, but mine's level 8, so it's just level 10, and his level 4 does increase the, I think, base chance to apply the speed debuffs, but, I mean, that's, what? Anyways, next. For Ranmei, she's got 205 break effect, wonderful. Now she is at 102 speed because we don't want her to get the extra action with Dance Dance Dance. Since Dance 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 pushes her forward, she does have to be quite a bit below 134 so she doesn't get her extra turn, right? Now Bronya is 170, so she does get up to 180 with Ranmei. Perfect. And as you can see, Bronya has got these, it's the same relics I use and everything, right? But imaginary and damage and HP, right? Wonderful Bronya. Wow. I'm never going to activate that E1 unless I get E2, because I hate more layers of RNG and I don't want to have to do calculations based on possibly getting back 1 skill point, right? Now, Tingyun is super fast. The Sprightly Von Whack didn't really come in handy in this run because she's already fast enough to go 3 times, and what's it called? Well, the extra 5% energy does help because then you can skill and then get Tingyun's ult up right after 3 turns thanks to Ranmei's ult. But unfortunately, because we didn't have enough skill points in this run to use Tingyun's skill, we kind of just have to just use it for... Actually, what did we use it for? Now that I think about it, maybe Tingyun should have been on Keel. Yeah, Tingyun should have been on Keel probably. But yeah, I mean, one more thing. Let's talk really quickly about the wonderful abilities of Welt's ult. I mean, this is just going to be like a couple second rant, right? The fact that you can use Welt's ult as pretty much a sustain. I mean, people use Welt as a sustain, right? So the fact that you can put your 4th slot as a DPS slash like semi-support because he applies the vulnerability, increasing the team's damage, decreases the speed of the characters, and then decreases the action value of the characters. It makes it so Welt is actually one of the best characters to not just zero cycle, but well, yeah, I wouldn't really say he's the best character to zero cycle because his damage output is wonderful, but the balance is very unreliable, and sometimes you have to, you know, just reset your run a couple times so you get, like, better runs. In this run, I don't know why he just decided to go single target, but it doesn't actually matter too much as long as they're both imaginary weak, because then you're still going to get the same amount of breaks, right? And if it's dead, it's not going to, you know, keep bouncing on a dead character, right? But another character that, like, Another character that's like Welt is Misha, right? Because Misha does get that freeze on the ult, and when you freeze, you pretty much can forego the sustain slot. And when you forego a sustain slot, the damage ceiling goes like this, right? So when you have certain characters that have these like sustaining capabilities, like I didn't even talk about Welt's talent, right? Or no, his technique. Welt's technique is, I want to say, the best in the game. Also, like, Welt might... Okay, that's the next video. The best technique in the game, right? I mean, Welt's such a powerhouse. I'm gonna make another video talking a little bit more about Welt, but I guess for now, I'll just cut it there. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Comment anything. I reply to pretty much every single comment. And thanks for watching again. Adios.